Welcome back, dear children. I hope all of you are keeping well and taking good care of yourselves. Today, we are going to continue with chapter 13, the Northern Plains. In the first part of this chapter, we had learned about the three river basins: Satluj River Basin, Ganga River Basin, and Brahmaputra River Basin. We had also learned that these river basins are inhabited by people and many states are located in this area. We had learned about Punjab and Haryana, which are located in the Satluj River Basin. Today we are going to learn about Ganga River Basin and Brahmaputra River Basin. We begin with Uttar Pradesh, which is the most populous state of India. It has very fertile soil, which is primarily alluvial soil brought down by river Ganga. Most of the people practice farming, they are farmers. The main crops grown are wheat, rice, sugarcane, oilseeds, and pulses. Cotton textiles, sugar, glass, leather, and fertilizers are the main products of factories located here. Important industrial towns are Kanpur, Noida, Ghaziabad, and Meerut. As we all know, the world famous Taj Mahal is located in Agra, which is in Uttar Pradesh. Banaras silk and Lucknowi chicken embroidery are very famous. Women wear saris while men wear dhoti, kurta, or kurta pajama. Dal, roti, and vegetables are the main food eaten by people living in Uttar Pradesh. People speak Hindi and Urdu. The main festivals are Eid, Shivratri, and Janmashtami. The capital of Uttar Pradesh is Lucknow. Allahabad is the center of Kumbh Mela. West Bengal. West Bengal is one of the important states of India. Most of the people are farmers and fishermen. Fish and rice is the main food eaten by people living in West Bengal. Sari is the main dress of Bengali women. They are very fond of music and love to stage plays. Men wear dhoti kurta. People speak Bengali. Durga Puja is the main festival of West Bengal and it is celebrated with great pomp and show. The famous Shanti Niketan, founded by Rabindranath Tagore, is located in West Bengal and the capital of this state is Kolkata. Kolkata is one place where we have tram still functioning as a means of transport. Delhi. Delhi is the capital of India. It is known as the National Capital Territory of Delhi. It is the seat of the central government. We have learned that the parliament and the secretariats are all situated in Delhi, and the ministry, the ministers, the officials, all of them function from Delhi. It is a cosmopolitan city and represents a mixed culture. It has people from all regions, religions, and castes speaking various languages and following various customs. Cosmopolitan means people living from different cultures and different countries, they all live here. Most of them are employed in government offices, schools, and private firms. Hindu, Urdu, and Punjabi are the main languages spoken in Delhi. Delhi is very important historically. It has many historical buildings like Red Fort, Qutub Minar, Old Fort, and Rashtrapati Bhavan, which is the official residence of India's president. Some of the famous temples are Birla Temple, Lotus Temple, Chhatarpur Temple, and Akshardham Temple. All these places are crowded with people who come to worship there, to offer their prayers. They are called devotees. The people of Delhi celebrate all festivals. The Republic Day, which is celebrated on 26 January, and Independence Day, that is 15th August celebrations in Delhi, are the main attractions. Delhi Metro Rail is the chief mode of transportation in Delhi. And you must have seen in news that A driverless, remote controlled metro has also been inaugurated in Delhi. So, this is the main means of transportation in Delhi. Next, we move to Bihar. Bihar played an important role in Indian history in ancient period. Lord Mahavira was born here and Lord Buddha received enlightenment at Bodh Gaya under Mahabodhi tree. India's first president and famous freedom fighter Dr. Rajendra Prasad belonged to Bihar. Chief crops grown here are rice, wheat, sugarcane, and pulses. People of Bihar speak Hindi, Maithili, and Bhojpuri. Patna, on the banks of River Ganga, is the capital of Bihar. The main festivals celebrated in Bihar are Dashehra, Holi, Diwali, Chhat, and Eid. Jharkhand. The capital of Jharkhand is Ranchi. Jharkhand was carved out of Bihar in the year 2000, which means before 2000, Bihar and Jharkhand they were combined and they were one single state. Later, they were divided into Bihar and Jharkhand. Dhanbad, Jharia, Bokaro, and Jamshedpur are important towns of Jharkhand. Jharkhand is very rich in mineral like iron, coal, and bauxite. And Parasnath Hills, which I had talked about, that is located in Jharkhand, close to Dhanbad. Moving eastward, we come to the Brahmaputra basin. Brahmaputra river basin is located towards the east of India and it is drained by river Brahmaputra. The states located in this area are Assam and Tripura. So we will learn about Assam first. Assam is in the northeast of India. Rice and jute are the main crops grown here. Assam is famous for its tea. There are many tea gardens in Assam and Assam tea is world famous. Assam has huge deposits of petroleum. Dispur is the capital of Assam. Guwahati is the largest city. Assamese is the main language and Bihu is the main festival. The Kaziranga National Park in Assam is famous for its one-horned rhinoceros. And the last state we will learn about is Tripura. Tripura is surrounded by Bangladesh on 3 sides. And I have put a map for you to see. We learnt about these North Indian states when we did the Himalayan region also. So you can see that except for east side where Mizoram and Assam is located, the rest of the 3 sides of Tripura is surrounded by Bangladesh. Rice and jute are the main crops. So with this we come to the end of today's video tutorial. I'll be doing the exercises also in this same video and we will have a quick recall of both the parts, part 1 and part 2 that we have done of northern plains. A quick recall and then we will move to the exercises. Today I will not read the exercises for you. We have been doing it again and again and I am sure you all have become smart enough to do it yourself. So I have put all the answers in the slides. I'll be skimming through it fast and you will be doing those in your book. If you have already done, check your answers and if you have not done still, please do them neatly using a pencil. So we begin with check your knowledge. New Delhi is the capital of India, Lucknow is the capital of Uttar Pradesh and Jharkhand is very rich in minerals like iron, coal and bauxite. Now a quick recall of both the parts of the northern plains. The northern plains stretch from Punjab in the west to Assam in the east, that is from the Satluj basin. Then we have Ganga basin and in the east we have Brahmaputra river basin. A number of Himalayan rivers flow through the northern plains and these rivers which join the main river, they are called the tributaries. The 3 rivers that have played an important role in the making of northern plains are the Satluj, Ganga and the Brahmaputra. The northern plains are very fertile as they are formed by the alluvial soil brought down by these 3 rivers. Extreme type of climate is found in Punjab, Haryana, Uttar Pradesh, Delhi and West Bengal. Punjab is a very prosperous and rich state. Punjab and Haryana are rich in crops and cattle. Uttar Pradesh is the most populous state. It is the most thickly populated. Some of the people are most of the people are farmers. West Bengal is the land of farmers and fishermen. And why is it so? Because it is located on the banks of river Hooghly and very close to Bay of Bengal. Delhi is the capital of India. Some important words are there. You should know these words, you should be aware, and you should be familiar with these words. So I put them here. Alluvium is a kind of fine sand silt deposited by rivers in the floodplain, and this is what makes the soil very fertile, and hence the plains are very fertile. Plenty of rice is grown there, and they are called the rice bowl of India, and it is thickly populated. People live here because the land is very fertile and it is plain and low lying. River basin means area watered by a river and its tributaries. Now, tributary, I have already told you, it means a small river joining a large river. And to understand, help you in understanding, I have put a picture also. You can see the thick blue line, that is river Ganga. That is the main river flowing from Haridwar is marked there, and Kolkata is marked, and passing through Kanpur, Allahabad, Varanasi, and Patna, which are situated along river Ganga. And there are so many root like structures, like a tree has underground roots. Similarly, you can see small blue rivers joining this main river. These small rivers are called tributaries. Okay, and the names of some of the tributaries are Gandak, Ghagra, Kosi. You have learnt this. And there is another important word you should know, that is delta. And what is a delta? A delta is a low lying piece of land, triangular piece of land, which is found at the mouth of a river and is formed of deposits of alluvium brought by the river. And in the picture, you can see I have put a picture of delta also, and the green, light green area, which is, you can see in the legend also, it is marked there. Those are Sundarbans, which are the largest deltas in the world, and they are formed at the mouth of river Brahmaputra and river Ganga falling into Bay of Bengal. You can see so many blue lines. These are all branches of these two rivers. So when they before they fall into the sea, that is Bay of Bengal, they divide into small branches, and they bring the fertile soil and deposit it here, and they are mostly triangular in shape. You can see in this picture, it is clear, the deltas can be seen, and the blue area water body is Bay of Bengal. We begin with the exercises. This is tick the right answer, and the answers are already marked there. I am not going to read it for you. You will please read and do it yourself. Mark the answers with a pencil very neatly in your book, and check your answers also. Match the following. You will not draw lines, you will write numbers as I have written, and do it very neatly with a pencil. Fill in the blanks. Words are given in the box. You have to choose the correct words and fill in the blanks. But in the examination, words will not be provided. So you have to learn these things by heart. And write T for true and F for false. But we will be writing true and false. T and F you are not supposed to write. I keep saying this every time. And still, when I get papers, so many of you write T and F, and I don't like that. You should follow instructions, and if you do that, I am not going to give you any mark for that particular answer. Okay, so be attentive, and whenever you get true and false, write true and false. And here we have corrected the incorrect statements just for your knowledge, just for your information. You can do that in your book, but you need not do it in the examination. To make your lesson interesting and to give you some interesting things, I have put here pictures of important tourist places. So enjoy going through them And if you want to find about more tourist places, you can go and search in the internet. And this is our own Dhanbad. I have put some important places, some important tourist places, some beautiful places which you can visit nearby Dhanbad. And what is Dhanbad famous for? Dhanbad is famous for coal, and it is called the coal capital of India. And you can see such scene is very common in our coal belt. That is heaps and heaps of coal and coal workers. So with this, we come to the end of today's video tutorial. I hope you must have enjoyed it. Please read the lessons again and again. Read it once, read it twice, and I am sure you will be able to understand. And so many things you have to remember by heart, learn by heart. Okay? So till we meet again in the video tutorial, next video tutorial with a new lesson, all of you keep learning, keep smiling, and take good care of yourselves. And also learn nicely for the online tests as well as self assessment test which we will be having soon. So wish you all the best, and goodbye for now.